Hi, welcome back to my second vlog that talks about chapter 13 of the Rhetorical Act and chapter 7 of Reading Pop Culture. So to start off, I will talk about the Rhetorical Act and what the reading was all about. So, in this chapter of reading of the Rhetorical Act, it was all about the media and the 7 fundamentals of media literacy. The first is that the media messages is constructed, and second, they have their own messages. The third, people experience media in multiple different ways. The fourth is that media is driven by profit, and that it's all about profit. Fifth is they have embedded values, and sixth, they are carried at high authorities. The 7 fundamentals is that the medium of media is the message, because media is so vast that we consume it in multiple different ways. So messages are being spread out through all the different forms of media. So to continue, I will talk about the essays from Reading Pop Culture. So the first essay that I read was on novel reading by Vicesimus Knox. So what the essays was about is that he talks about how essay can leave an impression on people, but especially the young generation. And he talks about how authors are targeting the young generation and using the wording of these novels that doesn't fit these generations, and they're learning things that they don't need to learn for their age. Second essay, Teen Literature and Fan Culture by Robin Brenner. So Robin Brenner talks about how the media in younger generation can have a positive impact on them, because like fanboys and fangirls used to be just exclusive to sports and not any other forms of media, but now we have fans for music, movies, comic, and almost everything media related has a fan base. So we're able to get to join a community and share our love towards something, and not being afraid of being talked down by people, because in that community we're all the same, we like the same thing, so that's good. And he also the essay also talks about the culture of making fan fictions, because in our mind we want to see the story go a different way than what actually happens, so we make these fan fictions that still fits the lore of the stories, and still respect to source materials that you're making the fictions about. So Frank Rose, the next essay is from Frank Rose, is The Art of Immersion. It's talk about how literature is not being taken seriously, and how we are just reading literature for just entertainment, and modern media nowadays is the same case. There's nothing to learn about in them, but we're just consuming them for entertainment, and that's it for entertainment. So next essay, My Zombie, Myself, Why Modern Life Feels Rather Undead, by Chuck Klosterman, talks about, is somewhat similar to Frank Rose's. He talks about how modern media is just about entertainment, and he specifically used zombies, which is in the title, as an example, because people see zombies as disposable. They're easy to hate, or and there's almost no personality to them because they're dead. Uh, and uh, and they're basically corpses, moving corpses at this point, and they are usually easy to kill because you shoot a bullet to their head and they're dead. So which makes these films extremely easy and basic for people to consume, but not usually the younger generations, because these movies are usually only mature only. So I don't get how they are not. There's not a deeper message to them. So next essay, Escape the Matrix by Jacob Burak, talks about the experience of people using social media, and especially the fear of missing out, or FOMO. It basically means whenever we see something on the internet, like something that is good, we usually have a thing of wanting it to, but what happened to that person to be also happens to us. So we or have a greater things that happen to us so that we could share it to the world or to your friends. So that is basically the theme of this, because people don't want to be a loser on the internet. So basically they put a facade on themselves and they act differently on what they truly are. So the next and the final essay, something that I actually understand, that why video games should be played with friends, not online with strangers, by Bo Moore. He talks about how online gaming is not as good if you're just playing with strangers, and they actually more fun and have a positive impact on you if you actually play with friends or people you personally know. I could relate to this because like whenever I play online video games, I just play them for entertainment. There's not really a fun in them at all. It's just competitive stuff on those games. But when video games that are actively encourage you to play with friends, they are usually the funniest games times I have with my friends. And now video games are starting to have more features that encourage you to play with friends. So, and less about the strangers online community, like public lobbies in online games, so that you can only play with games and no strangers are able to join you. And it and also, if you play a bad video game alone, it could be a dreadful experience. But if you play a bad video game with friends, it could be like the best time, because you're not only experiencing it yourself, but you're experiencing it with your friends. Like you'll be able to laugh at whatever these games are about. So that's just the story behind this essay. And this is the end of my vlog. Thank you.